Yo, 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 what's up? What's up? What's good? What's good, everyone? How you doing? How you doing? Um, Once here again, and yeah, this might be coming later than usual, right? Because I tried doing this on Sunday and Saturday, but it just didn't, I couldn't follow through with it because, I don't, something probably happened. But anyway, as always, I didn't disappoint. Okay, so better late than never, right? So better late than never. All right, so we're gonna be doing, a little recap on last week's trade, what I was, anticipating and the trades that I took, that I made money from. The trades that gave me five figures, right? Um, I think there were two trades actually, Jump 25 and Crash 1000. And I've been singing this for the longest time, right? Crash 1000 is bearish, Jump 25 is bullish as hell. All right. So it's always advisable to stick to a trend, follow it through to the end points, to the finish line. Do you get? That's how you trade easily. All right, without stress. Okay. Eliminate over trading. Do you get? Three trades a week is good. All right. If you have three quality setups a week that actually, prints good money for you, you are good to go. All right. So let's jump right in. Before I proceed, Deriv made some changes. I don't know, probably the UX or UI, I don't know what they call it, but there seems to be some changes graphically, right? But what I would personally have preferred for them to make changes on the time frames, right? I mean, we only have like daily time frame max, right? But it would have been better if we add the weekly time frame and the monthly time frame. But no problem, it's all good. It's all good. So let's jump right in. Why did I trade Crash 1000 and how did it go? Now, I've been singing this for the past couple of weeks now, right? Since October last month, that we are very, very bearish on Crash 1000. All right. And so far, I've taken about four trades on Crash 1000 since September. And yeah, those are really, really good trades. Okay. So let's see the last trade I took on Crash 1000. Now, remember, top down analysis, right? I'd always mark this out as my starting point. Now, if you notice, the sweep of liquidity here doesn't exist anymore because of the data, right? The historical data has been cleared. Okay, so always remember that we used to have liquidity there, and this is what our 50% retracement liquidity. So, what did price do? Yeah, price took our liquidity, gave us a starting point here like this, which means Crash 1000 has to sell from here to this point. Okay, that is what Crash 1000 has to do. Okay, so now that we have seen the finish point, what do we look out for? I simply just go to my 1 hour time frame to look out for possible entries. Now, remember, I marked this out last week and the last market outlook that I dropped. I marked this zone out as a potential sell zone, and this was what liquidity, right? And what was I expecting Crash 1000 to do? I was expecting Crash 1000 to sell from here all the way down to this point. Now, Crash 1000 is still in that zone and is still very much ripe to reap. Do you understand? So let's see how it went last week. So after price took out this liquidity, what happened? On the 1 hour time frame, I saw some sort of structure in the zone right here, like this. I saw a sweep of liquidity here. I saw a 50% retracement here. Not exactly up to 50%, but it was a very good structure. Then I add a POI in here, and this was my entry. All right, so took a trade here, SL or whatever here, and then sold off here. Now, this was TP. Now, if you notice what happened, price didn't exactly get to the TP, to the main point. Do you understand? But I had already gotten out here, right? reason best known to my students. Do you get exit plans? So it's not always about your entries. You also need to know when to get out of the market. Do you understand? Very, very important. So I had my exit plan, got out of the trade, and then price did all of this. Now, price is still very, very bearish. Crash 1000 is still very, very bearish. So what am I anticipating? Price has given us what? A structure here. Now you can see we have a sweep, liquidity resting here like this. We have liquidity resting here like this. And we have this POI. Okay. So personally, what I would love for Crash 1000 to do is this. I would love for it to give me something like this, right? And then this, and then some sort of liquidity like this. Excuse my lines. And then we have this as a protected eye. And then if price comes into the zone, I go for the kill to the downside. Right? So this is what I'll be expecting personally for Crash 1000. Yeah. And that's the only reason I would enter the sell. All right, that's the only reason I would enter the sell. But let me mark it out clearly so that you all can see how. So I'm going to use my path tool. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, this is my path tool. I will want, oh my goodness. I want for price to give me this. And then I come back to take my sell to the downside. I don't like this. Let me edit this. All right, perfect, perfect. So this is going to serve as liquidity. All right, so this is just an anticipation. Do you understand? This is an anticipation. So I'll take my entry from here all the way to the downside like this. Do you get? So this is what I have for Crash 1000. Okay, but if this doesn't pan out, if price doesn't give me this, I wouldn't be interested in taking this trade. All right. Instead, I'll just wait for price to, give me a better structure and then I continue trading to the downside. Okay. But this was what I took last week for Crash 1000. Now, I've shown you what I have next for Crash 1000. So I'm going to go to Jump 25. All right. Jump 25. Why did I take the buy that I took? Now, if you notice, several weeks back, I mentioned that this right here was my starting point and this was my finish point. That no matter what happens, Jump 25 has to buy all the way from here to here. Now, a lot of people are going to fall for this. A lot of people are going to take, sorry about that. A lot of people are going to take sells from here. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's subjective, right? I don't know whatever system you trade, but personally, I'm gonna stick to the buys. All right. So I feel this is a trap. This sell right here is a trap. Okay, because Jump 25 is bullish. It started buying from here and it has to take out this high. All right, no matter what. Okay, so I'm gonna keep sticking to the buys. And where was the buy continuation that I took last week? So price gave me this, right? Price gave me a structure here last week. And then after giving me this, took out liquidity, it then gave me what? Liquidity here to be taken out, right? And as soon as I saw this, I'm like, this is it. This is it. This is it. This is it. Then what happened? I waited for price to come and then took my entry, rode the trade all the way to this point. Then I closed. All right. I saw, some sort of exit, my exit plan. And then, yeah, I mean, normally, yeah, this would have been the initial target, but I held longer because price didn't give me a reversal pattern or whatever. All right. So as soon as I saw something like that, I just closed my trade and that was it for the week. All right. Jump 25 was bullish. I took a buy, and those were the two trades I took for that week. Crash 1000, sell, Jump 25, buy. Now, I'm still very much bullish on Jump 25. So what am I looking at? I am hoping that price comes into the zone. right? If price could come into the zone, I'm going to look out for what? More buy opportunities. But let me just mark this out just in case, right? But if price does not do that, if price doesn't come here for a buy, if price doesn't come here for a buy, yeah, it's still very much fine. Okay. So price is still, dilly-dallying inside this structure here, this buy structure, right? It's still very much active in this buy structure. Okay. But before I get in, I'm going to look out for what's my continuation structure. I'm going to look out for a confirmation that tells me that, okay, yes, I can actually get in on this trade. Do you get my point? So that's what I'm looking out for. Jump 25. So crash 1000 bearish, jump 25 is bearish. Another interesting pair that I'm looking at for is boom 900. Now, these pairs, if you take notice, yeah, these pairs are pairs that I've been analyzing for the past couple of weeks, and I've been following their trends. I've been sticking to their trends for weeks. All right. So it just makes trading easier for me. Do you understand? I don't need to, start looking for trades that are not in a trend. All right. It becomes so difficult and stressful. So Boom 900 has given me a bearish move since August. All right. And it has to come here. All right. Boom 900 has to come here, no matter how long it takes. Okay. Then what happened? Price gave a continuation structure here. I remember marking this out last week. So yeah, or 2 weeks ago rather. Is it? Oh, let me say last week. This was the liquidity. So we are very much bearish because price hasn't taken out this eye yet, like this. Price hasn't taken it out. So we are still very much bearish. So boom 900 has to sell from here to here. Okay, so what am I going to look out for? I'm going to look out for a continuation structure on the 1 hour time frame. All right. So personally, what do I want Boom 900 to do? This is what I want Boom 900 to do. I want Boom 900 to give me this, something like this, right? This is what I want Boom 900 to do. Boom, the downside. So gives me liquidity like this. All right. This becomes what? A protected eye. This becomes a POI like this. And then I go in for the sell to the downside. Wow, this is going to be so beautiful. Anyway, this is why I have for book 900. Okay, so sell, 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 sell. So crash 1000 sells, jump 25 buys, boom 900 sells. Now, what else do I have? What else do I have? What else do I have? Oh, something interesting happened with V75S. All right, something interesting happened with V75S. Look at this. Now, V25S, sorry, V75S gave me this starting point here, right? Took out this liquidity here like this. You don't saw only water. Give a kanamashi update. Shakabu easy. Yeah, no, the lime easy. All right, so this is what we have. Okay, this is what we have for V751S. Now, V751S has given us a trend to work with. Okay, so there's no point looking for buys because that buy will be pointless. So this is what I have for a continuation. I would love for V751S to give me this, to come into the zone and then give me what I look out for. And then we take a sell to the downside, to the downside. Uh, I don't know if you can hear my background. I kind of reduce the volume though. I'm rewatching Supernaturals for like the gazillionth time. So please forgive me. And if you're a fan of Supernatural, Sam and Dean Winchester, let me know in the comment section. Okay, okay, okay. All right, so this is what I have for V20s. Why do I keep calling this V25? V75 1S. All right. So please take note of these things. All right. What else do I have? What else do I have? I have to scan the pairs. V10S, not on my watch list. V10, not on my watch list. V15S. V15S is still bullish. I've been screaming this for weeks. It's still very much bullish. All right. Why are we bullish? Price gave us a starting point here like this. Okay, price gave us a starting point. This was what? This was liquidity. Yeah, right. This was our protected low. So we have a starting point here and we have a finish point here like this. Okay, so V15S has to buy all the way here. The only time we can, decide that we are no longer bullish is when price has taken out this low right here like this. That's the only time. All right. So personally, what do I want to look out for? Now, if you notice, price played out. There was a buy structure here. Price gave us this, right? Gave us this right here. Took out the liquidity, and what happened? Bought to the upside. So what's it telling us? That the buys are holding. Okay. So if you notice what happened, we had the sell structure here. Price sold off, but it's rejecting back to the upside. So I'm not counting on the sells. I am counting on the buys. Now, if V15S could do this, this serves as what? Liquidity, like this, protected low, like this. I don't mind taking a buy continuation from here. This would actually be a good buy continuation. Do you get my point? So that's what I'm anticipating for V151S. All right. Up next, we have let me see, V25S not on my watch list. V25, V25 is bearish. Okay, V25 is bearish. Daily time frame, we don't have the starting point and finish point here, but we do have this on the monthly. If you check your MT5, and we have a finish point here. So going to the 1 hour time frame, what do we have? What do we have? Let's see. All right, so price is currently reacting from this. All right, but I'm not in the trade yet. Okay, I'm not in the trade yet because I haven't seen my confirmation to enter for a sell. So this requires patience. Do you understand? It requires a whole lot of patience. You just have to wait it out. All right. Be patient with it. And what did they say? A patient trader eats the fattest peeps. I guess probably somewhere out there in the world, someone said something like that. I don't know. Or maybe it's an original by me, but who cares? Anyway, you get my point. So just chill out, chill out. It will come to you. Don't rush after it. Yeah. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I might not take a trade. Maybe Friday, price will tag into my entry, and then boom, we make money. Okay, we make money. So that's why I have for V25 1S. So I would want for V25 1S to give me a confirmation entry so I can take a trade from here to the downside. But if this does not happen, all right, there's still another structure here for a sell. All right, so this serves as what? Liquidity. Let me take this out. This serves as liquidity. And then let's see what happens if price gives me what I'm looking for. This is like a 4 hours time frame structure. Then, but let's see what happens. And then I take my sell to the downside like this. All right. So that's it on V25. What else do I have? V30S. Nah, I don't really have anything on V30S. Not on my watch list. V50S. No, not on my watch list. V50. V50. I don't really like the price action of V50, Sha. Like the price action is just terrible. But V50 is bearish. Just so you know, V50 is bearish. We have this where price started coming from, and we have this finish point here. Because of the time, I need to hasten up a bit. So on V50, there were two trade entries last week. All right, we had this entry here. This was serving as liquidity. All right, but I didn't really see reason for me to enter, so I just didn't bother. We have a second entry here. Liquidity was taken out here. All right, so this is a ranging market, and what do you want to do? You want to stay away from a ranging market. So I don't really want to take anything here. But if price could give me a clearer structure, I don't mind taking a sell. All right. So that's for V50. Um, what else do I have? Okay, I've checked 75 1S. 91S is bearish. Now, 2 weeks ago, I said this, right? 91S is bearish. Why? Because we have a structure here for our start and we have a finish point here like this. Okay, so on the 1 hour time frame, do I have a sell continuation structure? Let me see. Now, I had something like this. I had something like this. But price, look at what happened. Price wicked it out a bit. So personally, I would love for price to come here to sell from this zone like this. All right, this is liquidity, and this is what we have. Okay, so this is what I would love for V90s to do, to come into the zone and then I sell. You get. But let's see. I don't really, my mind isn't really focused on this right now. But let's see what happens. So that's V90S. V100S is a bastard. Sorry for the language, but V100S in Papa. Now, V100S has been bullish, right? And it was trying to play me while you this this new week that we just entered on Sunday. Yes. We have a starting point here, we have a finish point here. On the 1 hour time frame, let me show you what V100S did to me mentally. Now, V100S gave us, an entry here like this for a buy, triggered, and then gave me this liquidity here like this. And this was my entry. Here was my entry. But look at what happened. Price danced. This was 1st of November now. So like when? For 3 days, price will come so close, it will bounce, so close, bounce, so close, so close, so close. Then finally did this. And then I took I took a buy from here. But price took out my SL. No, yeah, this was my buy around here. But price took out my SL and then started buying to the upside. But it's a good loss. Yeah, I'm satisfied with the loss. Okay. So long as I'm correct with my bias, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. All right. So that's it for volatility. V100S, sorry, V100, nothing there. I have so many other pairs, but I can't analyze everything. All right. But step 100 is bearish. Okay. Step 100 is bearish, but there are no self structures for now. Step 200 is bullish, but no structure for now. Step 300 is bullish as well. Step 300 is like super bullish. Yeah. So started buying from here like this, and it has to come to this point. Yeah, like this. Okay. So going to the 1 hour time frame, what structure do I have? There's none yet, but I'm waiting for price to come here. Hopefully, price comes into the zone like this. All right. Then I will take a buy to the upside. But if it doesn't do that, it's still fine. But this is what I'm anticipating, though. This is what I'm anticipating. Ah, okay. Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are gone. All right, so this is what I have for step 300. What else? What else? What else? Step 400? Nah, not on my watch list. Boom and crash. What else? Okay, boom 600 is very bullish. Yeah, I mentioned this in the last video that I did, how I missed out on a trade. Yeah. So this is our target on boom 600. On the 1 hour time frame, where is our continuation structure? Don't you cry no more. All right, this is what I have for Boom 600. Okay. Okie dokie. So this is why I have for Boom 600. Hopefully it gives me what I'm looking out for, but I'm super, super bullish on this. Okay, that's it for Boom 600. Jump. Do I have anything interesting on Jump? Jump 10, no. Jump 25, bullish. Jump 50, nah. Jump 75, no. Jump 100 is bearish. All right. I'm trying as much as possible to give you as much, you know, outlook for this week. But yeah, this is what I have for Jump 100. The structure I had for Jump 100 is already playing out, right? Almost at its target. So I won't really be interested in taking any more trade on this. But this is it. Played out perfectly well. All right. So guys, that's it for um this week's outlook. All right. So let me write them down so you can remember. Crash 1000, right? Boom 900, jump 25. What else was I'm stating the major pairs I'm looking up for. V75S. What else? What else? V25. Forgive my writing. So these are the major pairs I'm looking out for. All right. So the rest you could go figure them out or wait for them, but these are the pairs I'm looking out for. All right, signed by ONC. Okay, so that'll be it for this week. We go again next week. So you all have an amazing week ahead. Have a profitable week. Trade responsibly. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, distribute, whatever you want to call it. But you get my point. You get my point. Anyways, the time now is almost 2 o'clock in the morning, 1:46, sorry, 1:56 a.m. I have some trades I'm looking out for and I'm gonna be up. All right. So I don't use market alerts, all right, because I am the alert. All right. So that's it for this week, guys. Please always apply risk management in all of your trades. Please and please and please protect your capital at all costs. All right. One of these days I'm going to talk about risk management. I'm going to talk about psychology. Okay. So this month I will do that. So you're signing out. Peace. Stay safe. Goodbye.